Monday morning, the day after the disaster in Denver. Faithful, this is Gary Lamb with the voice of reason that's going to save our season. I can already feel the anger and some of the venom about last night's game, and a lot of it has to do with the reaction to the injury of Trey Lance by the faithful and, frankly, by some of the players. All right? Now, stay calm. The last thing you want to do in an emergency situation is panic, all right? Now, hear me out, all right? I want to front load you. That doesn't mean the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan are above reproach, so I'm going to start there, okay? I felt some kind of way about the way Trey Lance was run. Like, literally run up the middle like a fullback. He ran more than Tim Tebow, and he's better than that, okay? You know what? And Trey's not above criticism, but you're a pro. You got to hit that short pass, and that's what Garoppolo does, all right? That's all Debo's game. That's all Kittle's game, the catch and run, okay? So I don't think Trey's above reproach, but I don't think he's what people are saying he is, just a runner. I think this guy's got a great head on his shoulders. He studies. He's a QB nerd, just like Kyle Shanahan wants. But he does have to get it together. But damn, the man's played 3 games. Like literally 3 pro games. And you're going to have to expect you're going to lose some games, okay? You're going to have to expect that. You don't excuse it. He should get a little criticism. You got to step up your game. That's part of life. That's why you make the millions and millions of dollars. But he wasn't a bum. He's not just a runner. I think he's a better scrambler. Hit you off guard with that big body. Okay? So I'm just front loading to show I see the side of where some 49er fans were getting impatient. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to criticize Shanahan, then move on to the anger right now. Look it. Even rookie NFL running backs, a lot of times it takes them some time to learn how to fall. It's almost like wrestling. They go up the middle, take big hits, and you learn how to fall and hold on to the ball, right? Another sports analogy, there's a big difference between playing shortstop and third base, all right? You could play a pro third base, pro shortstop, pro second base, different dance, okay? Just because you can run at quarterback, which is my point, doesn't mean you know how to run up the middle, Debo was fabulous. He's a fabulous example, but he has done that in college. Trey Lance, he's used to dominating, so he doesn't really know how to he doesn't even want a damn slide, okay? So you're kind of playing with fire, and when you send him up the middle on a counter bash, okay? Trey wants to do the bashing, but against Woods was like 360 pounds. He got smashed, all right? He deserves that criticism. And to be fair, hey, there's a school to say you don't want to give the keys to a young guy too early, but I don't think Trey Lance is going to, get all out of pocket. He's a conservative quarterback. He tries to make smart decisions, and that's why you picked him up, okay? I am not against him running, but running up the middle, power plays where you're going to get caught in traffic, you got to get him the outside. You got to give him some clean areas to run because it takes even NFL running backs time to learn how to fall because they get crushed up the middle or don't know how to fall or get hurt right away. How many times do you see top backs get lit the hell up in the preseason? All right, just, coming out of college, okay? So Trey Lance hasn't learned how to fall like that at all. It takes time, okay? So, I want to get that out of the way. I'm not a freaking Niners sycophant. I'm upset like everyone else. But it's not time to just cancel everybody. Correction over cancellation, okay? I don't want to fire Shanahan yet. I don't want to bag on Jimmy. Jimmy played like Jimmy. Okay? Yeah, and there's a reason why Trey Lance was drafted is because what happened last night. Jimmy, he ain't got the wheels, bro. He ain't the modern quarterback. And nor is he Peyton Manning. All right? He doesn't have the head on the shoulder. Thank you, Jimmy, for being on the team. Bro, I remember where we were. I'm not putting you down. I'm just being fair. The voice of reason that's going to save the season. All right? Because I'm feeling all of the anger about some of the reaction to the fans. Like, wow, Trey's down. We got a chance to save the season. And I'm on board with going to the backup plan. We can do it with Jimmy. Okay? We can. We've got close. Or, we got a shot. Okay? But after last night, and I want to validate your feelings if you're really pissed off about last night, and a lot of it having to do with the reaction to Trey Lance getting hurt. A lot of fans were just, oh yeah, we're better off with Jimmy. We should have never lost him in the first place. Okay. People killing Shanahan for even having Jimmy on the team, what have you. And it's fair, right? It's fair, but just put this all in perspective, okay? At least from the player standpoint. Young quarterback, Trey, he's got to earn it from the players, and it was divided. It was a big hurdle, okay? To have two quarterbacks, one that was already there, it's kind of unprecedented. But it's not really. Who cares? You got what the 49ers got to do. They had extraordinary circumstance. You got to put the best players on your damn roster. It just happened that way, okay? And maybe it's fate. Maybe it's fate that it's happening this way. I don't know. Like I said, there's criticism. You can go either way. But let's just not throw the baby out with the bathwater. We still got a good team. Our defense is spectacular. We are missing some running back play aside from Deebo Samuels. We just can't run Deebo. He got hurt last night, and that was scary. He went to the tent. Thank God he's okay. I'm really front-loading this. I don't want to let people see others. That I understand your perspective, okay? But it did feel kind of like, we want to get back. Ooh, we got to stay. You're a football team, football fans. Okay, we're going to back the next guy. It seemed a little harsh, the way fans were talking, and even the way the players, look at the players got really excited when Jimmy was on the field last week against Seattle. But just keep this in mind. The players were kind of divided. And it makes sense. Where you're thinking, at least in the short term, that you're going to be better with the veteran. Okay? And Trey Lance, every rookie looks like that in their first couple games. Everyone looks the way he did. Okay? And as soon as poor Trey goes down with that injury, hey, the team just they had some fire, and they were fired up behind Jimmy. But just remember this. These guys are trained for next man up. They didn't have, they knew, now we got to get behind this guy. So there was no thinking, just playing, okay? And that's where Jimmy's best at, to be quite honest. But then when it gets too far, that's why Kyle Shanahan puts the shackles on him, because when Jimmy's on his own, he runs out of the back of the end zone. He starts running. I don't know who he thought he was going to get away from on that sack towards the Broncos end zone. Okay, and I'm not trying to I'm just showing you that he is not above Jimmy or Kyle or Trey. They're not above criticism. Neither are Niner fans. Hey, I understand why you would want Jimmy. Cancellation, not cancellation, all right? Depending on what the fuck you did, all right? So anyway, what God forgives, so do I. Anyway. We can criticize. We don't have to be so either or, right? Kyle can be a lot more creative. Jimmy G's a lot more limited. And let's just be honest too. Either quarterback, even Brock Purdy comes in, which I like Purdy. He has no arm. And he's small, okay? And let me get to this point. How could you go into a season, and for bringing Trey Lance back, for bringing Jimmy Garoppolo back, part of the reason is you really like Brock Purdy, and so do I, as a prospect. I think he's better than Nate Sudfeld. How could you go into a season with a guy who's only played 2 NFL starts and really essentially a rookie in Trey Lance because he didn't play at all his senior year or whatever last year he had in North Dakota? Then you got another rookie backing him up. It makes sense to have Trey back. And yeah, there's going to be a circus. There's a circus now. All right. But at least we got some talent out there to bring it back. Okay. So all this stuff is washed out, but I just want to put some facts. I'm not making excuses. Look at the interior offensive line, all 3 of them. All right. Brendel, what's his name from Notre Dame? I'm blanking. ADHD brain and the whole thing. All 3 of them. I forgot you. It doesn't matter what your names are until you get your shit together. I don't need to know your name. But I believe in all 3 of you. You guys have upside, but it was going to take a while for them to get it together too. Mike McGlinchey takes a lot of criticism. Look at he could not stop the edge rushers for Denver, and that's kind of a theme. He's more of a run blocker. Okay. So it's going to be hard for whatever quarterback is back there. But you know what? The heart of it makes it great. We still have a fantastic defense. And straight up, this was supposed to be Trey's year, a rebuilding year, but the 49ers did a good job of rebuilding the roster. It was appropriate to put in some new guys on the offensive line. They're just like Trey. I want to give him that same that chance to grow. All right. I think Brendel is center. He's been in the league quite a few years, but we got to give him a chance. Okay. It's going to take time. It's not going to look good. And quite frankly, Russell Wilson, you knew he was going to get us. Like, we played him fantastic. Russell Wilson and beat us. Trent Williams going down. Well, what happened? It means I got to go to work. All right. I got to go to work. My point is, Trent Williams going down, that's a big, big deal. All right. But now, instead of canceling Shanahan and getting him fired, which he may earn it, let's get behind this dude. He needs to be flexible. He needs to make some moves. He needs to not quit. The whole team needs to not quit. Accept the criticism, 49ers, and we got to figure out a scheme to damn run the ball with the backs we got and the line we got. Because it would be a shame to give up when you have a really good defense. This defense is good. They really can cover. I mean, wow. We don't even got Ward back. All right. So when that happens, we can do some big things. All right. Eric Armstead didn't even play last night. We did fine. So if we can find a way to move the damn ball and score 20 a game, like, this team has a chance. Okay. So let's air out all the dirty laundry. I validate your feelings, but don't give up on each other. Criticize, do not cancel. No one needs to get fired yet. But yeah, criticism. Kyle Shanahan needs to be more creative, not hit your head, like go run through a brick wall. He's got more than that. Jimmy G is going to Jimmy G. He's going to make some mistakes. You don't have to pass every time. Boy. But you got to be able to make the big plays. Got to be more precise. So maybe it's time for everyone involved. Jimmy G's got to take his game a little more seriously, be a better pro. Kyle Shanahan has to work with him and not being so stuck on his offense. Work to his strengths. Work to his team strengths. I know he can do it. And we'll see. I mean, it looks bad right now. We're 1-2 though, and we're going into a tougher part of our season. Don't give up. Stick together. And give these guys a chance to make moves. Give Kyle and Jimmy and the O-line and the Niner staff and that tremendous defense a chance to make adjustments and a chance to save the season before we hate them all. All right? They need us now. They need us now, faithful. Let's stay faithful. God bless you. Keep it real. Keep it clean. Got to get my butt to work.